Hey everybody, today we're going to do a pretty simple pumpkin bread. It's not hard to do. I make it all the time for the farmer's market, and the ingredients you'll need for this is 4 eggs, 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree. Don't use pumpkin pie mix. You got to make sure it's pumpkin puree. And then you got 2.5 cups of sugar, 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of pumpkin pie spice, 3/4 of a cup of water, 1 cup of oil, and that's pretty much it. And I'll bring you along on how I mix my ingredients up. I always start out with, well, I'm going to put the sugar. I always do the sugar and eggs first, and then I blend them together. I'll beat them with a beater and get that all blended together and get all my wet ingredients in first. And I'll put the list of all the ingredients in the description below. Then I just take an electric mixer and get that all. Okay, now I'm going to add my vanilla, the water, and the oil. And then I'll mix that all again. Okay, now I'm going to add my pumpkin puree, the whole can. And once we get this blended up, then I'll mix my dry ingredients together, and then we'll add that. Okay, I added the pumpkin. I'm just mixing that up now. And then I'll set that aside for a minute, and then I'll mix my dry ingredients, which there really isn't a whole lot, but I take my baking soda and my pumpkin pie spice and add it to my flour. And then I just take a whisk and whisk this all together to get it mixed up good. So when you add it to your wet ingredients, it's all thoroughly mixed in. Okay, I'm going to add this. I'm going to do it in 3 parts. I'm not going to just add it all at once. I'll do it in 3 different times. I'll just add about 1/3 of it. Okay, when it gets to this point, I just take my spatula and I'll finish mixing it with the spatula, scraping down the sides of the bowl, make sure that all the flour gets mixed into the batter, because I don't like biting into raw flour, so I just stir it a few times with my spatula and get it all mixed in there good. And then we'll be ready to put it in the pans. Okay, I got my pans already pre-greased, and this is a little trick. It's kind of well known, but if you grease your pan and then put some parchment paper in it, and then I just rub a little bit more oil in there. When it comes time to take your loaf out of the pan, it just flips right out of there. It's so easy. But I'm going to use a ladle here to do this first pan with, because my bowl is pretty full. But you want to fill your pans up to about 3/4 full. And then we'll bake them at 350 for about 50 to 55 minutes. I always check mine with a toothpick in the middle to make sure it's done. One more in there and that should be good. Okay, this should make 2 loaves, and this one might actually make a little bit bigger or more than 2 loaves. And if there is, I'll just make some pumpkin muffins in a muffin pan with them. But yeah, it's a pretty simple recipe. Once you get all your, but I always do my wet ingredients first and then come back to my dry ingredients and add them later. It just seems to make it a little smoother. But anyway, we'll bring you back when we get these out of the oven. And yeah, like I say, I'll bake them at 350 for 50 to 55 minutes. And they'll be good to go. Okay, I got 2 loaf pans all ready to go in the oven as soon as the oven gets hot. And then I have enough batter to make a few muffins. So I'm going to make some pumpkin muffins out of the rest of the batter here. So yeah, the pumpkin bread's going good. So I hope I have a good turnout at the farmer's market. And yeah, we'll get these going and hopefully they'll good. Tristan will be my official taste tester. Okay, I got 2 loaves and 6 muffins. I'm going to get them stuck in the oven now and we'll show you what they look like when they're done. My pumpkin bread, the muffins I know are done. It looks really good, smells really good. And it's got a little bit longer to go yet. That one I think is done. Yeah, I think they're done. So I'll just set them over here for a minute. They look really good.
Yeah, they smell amazing. They look great. Wow. Smells like fall time.
Yeah. With any luck, they'll come right out of there. That's the way my luck's going today. But I really like this hack with the parchment paper. I've had real good success with it. And yeah, they don't stick to the pans, so it really works good. Yeah. Just let them cool now and they'll be ready for the farmer's market.